afternoon, this is Mr. Touchton. I am here with two of my friends, Brantley and Olivia, and they're going to walk by the camera.
Hello.
And they will also have a part in this video with answering questions. So today we're going to talk about exponents, and eventually we're going to multiply and divide by those exponents. But first we want to focus on the simple concept over here with these numbers. So we're focusing on our powers of 10. Right now we have 10 to the second power. Now this 2 is very important because it's going to tell us how many times we are multiplying by the number 10. So 10 to the second power means 10 times 10. And if I have 10 times 10, what is my answer?
100.
100. And it also, this exponent tells us another thing besides how many times we're multiplying. It tells us how many zeros are going to be in our answer. Because I have 2 right here and I have 2 zeros right here. I'm going to move on right now, and it's going to be the same thing with 10 to the third power. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 10 times 10 times 10. And if I multiply 10 times 10 times 10, what is my answer?
1,000.
Excellent. And notice it's 10 to the third, and I have 1, 2, 3 zeros. Finally, we're going to go down here to 10 to the fourth. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. And if I have 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, what is going to be my answer?
10,000.
10,000. Now, as I said before, I want you to notice there are 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros because it is 10 to the fourth power. Now, the last thing we're going to do today is we're going to multiply and divide by an exponent. And we're going to do a really, really simple one. We're going to start with 2 and 5/10. First, we're going to multiply it, and then we're going to divide it. So I want you to take a close look at our exponent here. It's 2 and 5/10 times 10 to the second power. 2 is our exponent. This 2 is very important because it's going to tell us how many times we are going to move our numbers on our place value chart. So think of it like this. It's 2.5 times 10 to the second, which is also, 10 to the second is 100. So you could say 2.5 times 10 to the second power, or 2.5 times 100. So I'm going to go ahead and line up my numbers here. I have a 2 in the ones place and a 5 in the tenths place. So I know my numbers are going to move 2 times because I have this 2 as my exponent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to go over 1, 2. I'm going to write it right there. I'm going to take my 5, I'm going to go over 1, 2, and bring it down here. And what I'm left with is a 2 in the hundreds place and a 5 in the tens place. And I can't say 25 tens and write 25, okay? Because then I've just got 25. I need a number to go right here because this place has to be filled. And so therefore, 2 and 5/10 times 10 to the second power, or 100, is going to be 250. Now, we know the answer and we know how to multiply now. Now we're going to divide. So, I want you to just think of it kind of as the reverse of multiplication. When we multiply and our number gets bigger, in our place value chart, our numbers are coming this way. They're coming to the left. When we divide, our numbers are going to go backwards to the right. Now, I'm going to take 2.5 again. This time I'm dividing it by 10 to the second power. And so we're going to take our number here and we're going to move them back 2 places because it's 10 to the second power. So I'm going to take my 2, I'm going to go 1, 2, bring it right down here. And then I'm going to take my 5 and go over 1, 2, bring it right down here. And I know that I can't leave this space blank. I've got to put something there. So of course we are going to put a 0 in. And our final answer is going to be 25 thousandths when I divide that by 100. Now, I do want to comment on one thing, and I'm going to get my eraser over here so I can erase this. A lot of students will look at certain numbers and they'll try to eliminate zeros, or they'll try to equate numbers that are not equal. And I'll show you what I mean by that. A lot of students will look at these two numbers and say they are the same thing, but they're not the same thing, okay? Just because they both have a 2 in them does not mean they're the same thing. This 2 right here is in a greater place value than this one, so it holds greater value than this one over here. You could think of it like this. I could add a 0 right here and it doesn't change the value of this number, but it does show me that 20 hundredths is greater than 2 hundredths. So that is all we have today. I hope this helps, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much.